not your best performance back at Major 2. We saw some things on Twitter about a controller. Can you walk us through what's been going on in your camp?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess my Major 2 performances continued into map 1. I was really frying that map, but I got more kills in the S&D, so I was happy about that. But I don't know. Something must be up with my hardpoint game. I'm going to like revisit, I guess, like what I'm doing. I feel like I'm getting caught sprinting into a lot of gunfights or just not getting into a lot of gunfights in general. So I guess it wasn't the controller after all, but the squad's got me when I don't. So yeah, came out with the win.
And I do have to say, we were in the green room and we all focused in on your arrow on the mini map. You were doing the right things in game 2 and game 3. As soon as we draw our attention to that, we saw how impressive you were in game. A 3.0 though in Search today. How did that game 2 feel for you, and how do you guys feel as a team currently in Search?
Yeah, Search was probably our biggest downfall of last stage. Obviously, I think it carried us through the Major 1 qualifiers and the Major. So we've been just trying to look at doing different things in Search to become more dynamic. And yeah, I mean, map 2, I just had to get going. I didn't get going at all on the hard point, so I had to just run at them in the Search to get some gunfights, get some kills, and it ended up working out. We probably could have closed it out a little earlier, but we were probably playing around the streak too much, or I was myself, but it was a good S&D from us to start the stage.
For sure, and of course, we unfortunately didn't get to see the 6-star in the map number 4, but I do want to ask, because you guys vetoed Vista Hardpoint in the beginning of this series, where Toronto Ultra kind of feels with the new maps, because obviously it hurts you statistically losing Invasion and Skid Row Hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I think our hardpoints have, even last stage, like, were really good, literally all 5 of them, and I think right now all 5 of them are really good, but you had to veto something. So we figured today we wanted to play 6-star instead, even though we didn't get there. And I mean, yeah, hardpoint's been our strong game mode all season, so I think it's more about cleaning up the control and Search.
Sure.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that control. You know, way better performance today. You know, throughout the last split, out of the top 4 teams, you guys are clearly at the bottom when it came to that game mode. What was the issue throughout stage 2 in control?
I feel like we lost a lot of like 3-2 like close controls, but I mean that's just how the maps come down to sometimes. The last map of the Major, we lost that defense invasion with 3 streaks, so I feel like that kind of summarizes our like how some of our control rounds go. Like they should be unlosable, and then something happens and it just spirals out of control. So I feel like it's more about keeping the rounds more consistent and just doing the right things to keep teams in spawn traps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think it's small things, but I think it's going to be big versus the top 4 teams.
Envoy, you are now one of just 6 players who has been a part of every single qualifier since the start of the CDL, and you are going to be hosting the next Major. For anyone who hasn't been to a CDL event, why do they need to come see you in Toronto?
You got to come see us in Toronto, because I would rate Toronto, no bias at all, the best Major we've had in the CDL. And yeah, get your tickets. Come see us in Toronto.
There's something wrong with that guy.
These guys have knocked me out 2 years in a row, so luckily I don't have to get knocked out by them again, and hopefully we can make a run and win it.
I have a feeling you guys will be there on Championship Sunday in some way, shape, or form. Congratulations on the win today, Envoy.
Thanks, Bucket. Have a good one.